Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA video, we're going to be looking at the first real leak for GTA 6, where some insiders revealed a secret document that could outline some important details on the game. And I've actually known about this for a couple of years now, but the information has been so scattered about that I didn't really even know how to talk about it or present it until I saw this really helpful video the other day by another user, GTA Expert, who I'll leave a link to in the description. So to give you guys the summary, a few years ago, a document containing Rockstar's secret inside information fell into the hands of insiders. Now, we don't know how they fell into the hands of insiders, whether there was a specific source at Rockstar that gave them this, if, somehow they were able to get inside Rockstar's servers, if that's even possible, but just know that's what happened. And the document contained information about future titles, such as, at the time, GTA 5 single-player DLC, Red Dead Redemption 2 before it was released, GTA 6 Bully 2, a medieval project, as well as another unannounced project. And insiders have hinted that the author of the document is Sam Houser, one of the founders and studio heads at Rockstar Games. So that should give you a little bit of background on what we're dealing with here. This is like top secret, DEFCON level 5, Area 51 lockdown stuff that we're dealing with here. And they actually revealed part of the document, insiders I'm talking about, in which there's information about GTA 6. And this is what it had to say. So according to the document, at the time it was called GTA Next. Didn't necessarily have a confirmed name, whether it was going to be GTA 6 or VI or Vice City 2, or if it was going to be some alteration of a name like Vice City or San Andreas. But it was going at full production with 60 people plus 10 OS. I'm not sure what OS is, and then a full production team. Now keep in mind that that was after the release of GTA 5, but before the release of Red Dead Redemption 2. So I would imagine that that production team has increased. The amount of people working on the title has since increased. But that's what was going on at the time. And again, they referred to it as GTA Next. Now, it looks like they were sort of brainstorming the settings for GTA 6. And they started with Miami. What's new? So because this is just text, it's kind of hard to tell in what context they were saying what's new there. Like, are they saying Miami, what's new with that? Like, we did this in Vice City in the 80s. Is there anything really different? Or are they saying Miami, what's new here? We did it in the 80s, but has anything changed? And now that we're doing this maybe in present time as more of an optimistic approach. And that's been probably the most realistic and most credible rumor and report that we've seen so far, is that GTA 6 is going to be taking place in fictional Miami, which we know is Vice City. The next one is a small town GTA. Tight stories, scheduled characters, ridiculous levels of ambience, every home interior modeled, every building enterable, more realism if you wanted you are on the run for a while. So this one's interesting, and it kind of goes against the entire GTA narrative where there is some level of realism, but it's Grand Theft Auto. It's not like a real life simulator. And as far as the setting goes, it's usually the exact opposite, where it's a giant city or even multiple cities in the case of GTA San Andreas, where only a handful of the buildings are enterable. And certainly if you lose your wanted level, it's not like you're wanted for a while. Like you could literally turn the corner, lose the cops, walk back around the same corner, and they'd say hello to you. So I'm not sure if that was just an idea, if it got scrapped, because we clearly haven't seen anything like that in the past. The next one, though, is very interesting. Vegas in the 1970s. Then it says casino ? So when this had been written, we obviously had no casino in Grand Theft Auto Online. The Diamond Casino and Resort did not exist. So remember to keep that in mind when you're thinking of this. So the only casinos that Rockstar have done in previous GTAs have been ones that were established for either cutscenes or missions, or they just really had no purpose at all, like the one in Grand Theft Auto 4 that's abandoned. And San Andreas is also the only game where it took place in Las Vegas, which we know is Las Venturas. And this timeline would be interesting because it's one of the few decades that Rockstar has not covered. The They covered the 80s in Vice City, 90s in San Andreas, and then the last two GTA games, 4 and 5, have been in, modern-ish times, early 2000s and current-day 2000s. The 70s is a time they haven't explored, although I do feel like that somewhat limits them as far as what they could do. There are only so many things that were in the 70s that are still useful today, and there's so much that's been introduced today that were not around in the 70s. So it's a cool time period, but it might be a little bit limiting. The next is somewhere snowy like Chicago or Detroit. Now, Rockstar has been introducing a lot of snow recently, like in GTA 5, we had the North Yankton area. In Red Dead Redemption 2, the game started in the snowy part of the map. So it's clear that Rockstar likes adding that sort of stuff in their game, but would an entire GTA map of snow work? Usually we see like tropical cities like Miami or Las Vegas or Los Santos, Las Venturas, stuff like that. And even in the northern areas, when we, got to visit places like Liberty City, there wasn't really any snow. So that would be kind of interesting. I wonder how Rockstar would handle a big city like that. And the final one is Mexico City. And the recent rumors and reports that we've seen is that Project Americas is going to take place a little bit outside of America, in South America. And we've even heard from Rockstar in the past saying that GTA is an American game. It's a parody on American culture. So going to Mexico City, I don't know how that would work. But it is something interesting to think about. Now, to my knowledge, the first person that posted those locations was Yan2295, former Rockstar Games insider, who posted that on the GTA forum site. However, apparently he is not the one who got this document. That is another user by the name of Raised. So according to him, he said, "I obtained it back in 2013 and shared it with Funds, Ash, and Mega. I do not wish for any of these people to leak it. I used to have tons and tons more, like the Liberty City V map model and some RDR3. It used to be referenced as 3 model assets, but lost everything for unrelated reasons I had no control over. There's a big part of me that would love to share the full details and talk about all the crazy stuff I had, but I am still under federal investigation and must protect myself." So that's kind of the risk that you get when you grab stuff like this from Rockstar. They don't mess about. They have money, time, and lawyers to take you down, and that's usually a bad combination. But it just goes to show you how sort of secretive that document ultimately was. Now, what's weird is that one of the users that actually saw the document ended up saying that Vice City was incredibly unlikely, or I should say Miami was unlikely to return. But that point was actually refuted by another user on the GTA forum site, Bender, who said, "Nowhere does the document mention that Miami is not worth going back to," in quotes. Now, I'm not saying that the next GTA will be set in Vice City, but the possibility is still there. So there was a lot of misconceptions about what the document actually said and if Miami is off the charts. But remember, this was back in like 2013, 2012. And although the location of the GTA game is like one of the first things that Rockstar does, it would be weird if they changed it mid-production. Now, I was also pretty curious why Rockstar themselves didn't call the next GTA game GTA 6. And another user, Discrafted, said, "Any reason why the next GTA isn't called VI internally? Is that just a pre-production thing with each GTA until they eventually use the Roman numeral, or is this GTA going to be different? Are they going to use subtitles from now on instead of numerals? I think you mentioned that it's called Next GTA in the documents. Just curious to know if you could reply." And one of the people that saw it, Ash, said it's just a pre-production thing, since at this time, no real place or time was chosen. Just outlining, planning, and concepts. It would get its name when it goes into full production. So to this day, the name is still unknown about what the next GTA game is going to be called. At this point in time, I think it's clear it's probably going to be GTA 6, especially with what we saw Rockstar do with Red Dead Redemption 2, where even the name of that kind of doesn't make sense, but Red Dead Redemption 2 was easily the most marketable, and I think the same will be the case here for the next GTA game, that GTA 6 will just be incredibly marketable instead of coming up with like another name or another title or something like that. So anyways, that right there is the first real leak for Grand Theft Auto 6, where insiders revealed a secret document from Rockstar. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below, and I'm glad I was able to put all this together in one video. And again, thanks to GTA Expert for also doing a lot of research on this subject too. I'd love to hear from you guys, though. Of all the places mentioned on that document, Miami, a small town, Vegas in the 1970s, somewhere snowy in Mexico City, where would you like to see GTA 6 take place? Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.